guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going to be cash stuffing, savings challenging, all the things with some cash. I think it's going to be around 400 in total that we're going to be cash stuffing. So let's just get cracking, shall we? Let me move the calculator. I don't actually need that. I just did it for aesthetics. Right, what should we do first? I think we'll do the savings challenge first. So we've got £70 for the savings challenge today. So let's do it in fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 70. We can swap out a 5 when we get to that bit. Right, so the envelopes that we have for this are, we've got, let's see what we can fit on camera. We've got debt, we've got savings, we've got hubby. Let's see, can we fit it on? Yes, we've got Christmas, laptop for my son, and rewards. Yeah, that's okay. All right, so we're just gonna get rolling, and it's £5 per roll. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's see what we get today. Right, we've got 5 going into rewards, 3 for hubby, 4 for Christmas, another 5 for hubby. Oh, hubby. Good, laptop. That hasn't got anything for a while. Oh, I need to do better with my shaking. Whoops. That was a 2. Savings. That's a 3. You can't see that, but it was a 3. So hubby's getting another. Christmas. Rewards. 4 is Christmas. Let's swap those 2 out for a tenner. It's always sad when this comes to a close. It goes too quickly. Laptop. And debt. Yay, everyone got something. That's nice. Okay, so let's have a little look-see. So debt, first of all, we're going to decide whether it's going into my MBNA or my Halifax. God, it's been a while since I've put anything extra into debt. So an odd number will be MBNA and an even number will be my Halifax. So it's going to Halifax again. Okay, that's good. That's because I bought my laptop there a million years ago, and that's the only thing that I haven't paid back, just because it was so much money, and it was right at the start of my budgeting journey, and I just had to get it because mine had died. Was no getting around it. So we will pop that in when I finish recording. Lovely. We've got 5 going into savings, and that will bring savings up to, I think, over 400 now, just over 400. Yeah, we'd have £400 and 68 pence. So again, I'll pop that in as soon as we finished recording. That's lovely. Hubby is getting 5, 10, 15, 20. He's also getting 30 from my July wage packet. So that's really nice. Let's cross that off. And let's cross the 70 from the savings challenge off. Okay, let's see what we've got in here now then. So we are aiming to get to 260, and then I'll be able to be putting more money towards the food budget. So we've got 70. Can you see that? It's a little bit low. Let's pop that up a little bit further. Rearrange my seating position. 70, 90, 110, 130, 150, 160, 170, 175, 180, 185, 190, 195, 200, 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. We are just £10 away from hitting the next target. So what we're in July. So we'll hit that in August. So September, I'll be paying £40 towards the food budget, and my husband will be paying between £200 and £260, I think, depending on how many Mondays there are in that specific month. But that, oh my gosh, he'll be chuffed with that. I'm chuffed with that, because I don't want to not be paying my way. But yeah, amazing. That's really good. That's made me happy. Okay, next we have Christmas. Now then, we've got 10, 15 going into there, and we've got a big chunk going in from other areas too. So first of all, we've got 25 coming in from, let's just swap 5, 10. Let's just swap that out for there to give me some 5s. So we've got 25 going in from my July budget, and then we've got 92.60 coming in from my wage. So the amount that was left over after I'd finished budgeting was halved, and that was 92.60. And then I also got a YouTube payment for 2 of my other channels of £87.50. So what I will do, there's no point in me using the cash. I think it's going to be a piece of paper in here anyway. Let's get that out, and then we'll add it on. Okay, so we've got 304.93 in there. So let's get the old calculator. So 304.93 plus 5, 25, 30, 40 plus 40 plus, just double check that, I don't know why, yeah, 40 plus, we've got the 92.60 from the leftover from the budgeting wage, and 87.50 from the YouTube. £525 and 3 pence. So we are, because I want to do, I think 750. So £225 to go, and Christmas is fully funded. So let me just grab a new piece of, like a new tag to put the new amount on. I'm going to need one for this envelope and one for my December year ahead envelope, so that they're both up to date. So £525 and 3 pence. Do the same on this one. I can't not be chuffed with that. That's cool. That is very exciting. I'd be more excited if everything wasn't going on with my husband. If you didn't see my last video, my husband has been in hospital for 3 weeks. He's going to be in there at least another 2 weeks. He's currently in rehabilitation. He had fluid on the brain, and yeah, it wasn't great. He's physically improving, like really getting better there, but his memory is not great. So a little bit worrying. And it will also mean that he will have to reapply for his driving licence in 6 months, and he absolutely needs his car for work. He drives around everywhere for work. So it's very worrying. He's the main breadwinner. So yeah, I'm trying not to think about it. I'm trying not to get ahead of myself. I'm trying to stay positive, but I also have an 11-year-old, and there's only so long I can stay strong or look like I've got it all together before I break. So I am struggling a lot. So I'd be way more excited if this wasn't happening, but I am still excited. You know, by the time Christmas comes, we'll be in a much better place. I'm sure we'll have a plan in place, and you know, my husband will be home and, you know, we're just going to have to come up with some sort of plan, really. But that's going into there. And we will replace this one. Don't know why. Oh, that was that side. So this one is, yeah, so we've got £750 is the budget target. And yeah, we're just 225 off. No. Yes. My gosh, my brain. £225 away from that. But I do have about £170 in my Patreon now. I'm saving my Patreon to also pay for Christmas. So actually, we're only about £55 away from completing the Christmas budget. That's very exciting. Let's put you in. No, that's the wrong one. I'm really not with it. Okay, so that is Christmas done. Let's put that there, and then we will put this back in here. And let's mark off Christmas. I mean, that was, I think that's going to be my biggest pay packet this year. I have spread my overtime out over more months rather than getting like a really big bulk in one month and then not very much in the other. I've spread it out. So normally I would have got a much bigger wage for next month, but I won't this time. I didn't do as many hours. I did do hours, but I didn't do as many as previous years. And like I say, I've just spread it out more. So that's fine though, because I've been, you know, budgeting for a year ahead. So I haven't needed to because I've already saved for most of it. Right, what's next? My gosh, I do like to ramble. You need to tell me to shut up. Right, we've got 5, 10, 15. We've also got £25 going in from my July budget. I think this might be the laptop fully funded. I wanted to save 300 and then my husband will put 300 in. Gives us £600 to get my son a decent laptop for school, for homework. So let's see what we've got. Let's see. Right, let's get this into some sort of order. Right, we've got 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75 plus 241.10. 75 plus 241.10 is £316.10 over budget. But let me just double check that. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 45, 55, 75. Yes. Oh, amazing. So that's £16.10. I've got to figure out what I want to do next. I think we're going to save for his new cabin bed next. That will intermingle with school trips. So I've got £150 saved in school trips, and he is going somewhere at some point in year 7. And normally they do it in the September, but they've changed it to later in the year, which makes more sense because the kids aren't going to know the teachers. They're not going to know everyone in their class. So it makes more sense to let them settle into the school, let them know, you know, get more at ease before you take them off on a residential. So yeah, I think we'll just start the cabin bed. I'm going to need a new envelope, which I think I've run out of envelopes. I'm going to have to buy some new ones. Right, let me make a note of that. Right, I will pop it over here when I've written it. So £16.10 for cabin bed. Oh, that's so exciting. We want to get one that's like really high up. He's got a cabin bed already, but we want to get one that's like really high up that you can get the desk underneath, that you don't have to pull out. It's one that stays underneath with the gaming chair and the gaming lighting, you know, all that shebang. And I'd quite like to wait till we've got everything before we put the cabin bed up. I want to have saved the cabin bed and the desk and the gaming chair, like all of it. So that will take a while. So let me pop that with these guys. and then I'll remember to make that envelope. I think I found envelopes in one of my drawers. I don't know. There'll be an envelope hanging around somewhere. And then we need to write a fully funded tag for the laptop. Fully funded. My writing is horrendous. £300. Awesome. That's very exciting. And now that will get swapped out for the cabin bed in the next video. So I'm just going to pop that there for now. We can sort that swappage out afterwards. Let's move you. Let's leave you there. This can go in the bin. This can go on the money pile. Right, let's knock off laptop. Wow. So we've nearly fully funded Christmas, we've nearly fully funded hubby for another thing, and we fully funded the laptop. This has been great. Okay, what's next? We've got £10 in rewards, so I'm going to have to roll a couple more dice for that. So these are the reward envelopes. Let's move you again. Let's remove rewards, and let's swap 10 out for 2 5s. 1, 2. Jolly good. And this time we have got massage. We've got switch. I don't even know if I want a switch anymore, honestly. It's taken me 2 years, I think, to save barely anything. I don't know if I want it anymore. Holiday and social. Okay, let's give it a roll. So we've got 5 going into massage, lovely, because I could definitely do with one of them. And social, lovely. Okay, so let's see how much we've got. I think that takes us to 55. I want to get to 60, and then I will book myself in. Boy, do I deserve it. Right, 15, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, yeah, 55. So 5 more at some point. That's going to be such a treat. Let's get rid of these ones, because there's nothing going into any of those. Let's put you there. And we are putting 5 into social. Now, we were supposed to go to Chesington at the end of June, and we'd booked the tickets, but then my husband was taken into hospital, and so we couldn't go. So we've put a hold on the tickets. They've said the hold will be there for whenever we want to use them. But it did mean we didn't use any of the spending money. So we are also going to, we've got £5 from this, and we've also got £20 going in from the July budget. So we've got 20, 25, 30, 35, 45, 55, 65, 71, 41. 71, 41 in social, which just hold on to that until hopefully we can go to Chesington. It may have to be by train, which is going to be an absolute nightmare, and stay over. Probably what we do is head up the night before, stay over in a hotel, and do the day, and then head back by train. I think it's going to be knackering, because I think it's going to take about 3 hours to get there by train. This is whether we want to be knackered coming home or get up really early to get there. Unless we can get dropped there by someone and make our own way back. I don't know. We'll have to have a little thinky about that, little thinkagen. Right, that can go over here. So I don't need to do anything with that envelope. Right, so we've knocked off social. Okay, so let's just look at the envelopes that are left now. Right, let's get rid of the year ahead envelopes. So there's nothing going into them. We finished them apart from Christmas. Okay, sinking funds is getting 22.61. So in here, what's that? Nothing. We've got 79.50. I need to start putting my little book of tags away because it's very annoying. Okay, so we've got, let's add it up, 79.50 plus 22.61, £102.11. I'm probably going to have to dip into that this month potentially for some things. I don't know. See how it goes. Let's move you. Knock sinking funds off. Move this in a little bit. Okay. I'll just put that there. Books is getting 15. Let's see what I can't remember if it's. We've got this thing, 15, so that gives us £20.63. £20.63. Now, I have bought a book for £8.99, but I haven't done the receipt yet, and I don't want to do it because I might get confused and forget that I've already marked it off. So technically we've got £11.64 left there. But I was hoping to get the book from my work library, but I haven't been back to work for 3 weeks because my husband's been in hospital. So I had to buy the book instead, which is annoying, but you know, I'm not bitter at all about everything that's happening. But I realise I'm still better off than most, and I need to just pull my big girl's pants up and just get on with what's happening at the moment and get over it. Right, nothing's going into spends. Makeup is getting £5. I think I'm all good for makeup at the moment. Nothing seems to be close to running out. I thought my mascara might give up the ghost soon, but it's still going. What have we got in here? We've got £8 in there, so now we've got £13 in makeup, which is lovely. That's definitely more than enough to get mascara if it does go. Blinds are getting £10. I'll leave that bit off because it's just going to get annoying. Right, £10 for blinds. So that gives us 10, 20, 30, 40. I think that's going to be more than enough to get he's got a really small window. Well, not really small, but it's just, yeah, we just want a black blind, like a canvas one, not anything crazy. So I'm pretty sure that will be more than enough. I might look into that soon, but I think we just need to not make my life complicated at the moment and hold on until husband is home before we do anything, add anything else to my list. So home mukbang are getting nothing because I rolled odd numbers, which means no. Dentist is getting 40, so I believe, yes, that has paid that off, and there is £5 left over. So we'll take this out. That is my last fill-in paid for. We've got another fill-in this month though, so we're going to be £190 in debt for that. That's right, we'll just continue putting 40 in to the end of the year, and then we'll be back even, square. I don't even know what the word is anymore. I'm so tired, guys. I'm so tired. Dentist, I didn't knock off blinds even though I've done it. Glasses is getting 20. So 20. So that would mean we've got £9.03 left to pay. So minus 20 saved. So £9.03 left. So next month that will be paid off. We'll put £19.03 next month. So we've got £10 in, and £9.03 will be paid off, and then we'll just put 10 in per month, ready for when I need to get new glasses or whatever. So that's also nearly done, which is nice. What a month. This is going very well. Very pleased with that. Right, uniform is getting 10. I did spend most of this recently. I got him his new white shirts and his black trousers. So that's gone down to, we've got £1.53 and now £11.53, but then also I've budgeted £70 in my July budget. I'm not going to put that in the envelope, that's just separate. So we've got, with my husband's half, £160, and we don't really have much more to buy, so we won't use 160 unless some of it may go towards stationery if my stationery budget isn't quite enough. I don't know, but I think it will be. So I don't know whether whatever we don't use in this, because I think I'm going to continue to put £10 a month maybe aside for uniform, or maybe £5. Maybe £5, and then when we get nearer the time put more in. I don't know. But say if we've got, I don't know, £40 left, I don't know whether to rejig that into another envelope or just leave it in there, because he may have growth spurts now he's a bit older. Don't know, probably just leave it in there. Okay, so we're nearly done. 2 more envelopes. Mattress is getting £10. It's a mattress topper rather than a full-on whole mattress. So that is now at 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, £60. So 120 with my husband's half. But again, I think we'll just be putting it off until things are back to normal a little bit more at home. And then rabbits, rabbit bedding, pet bedding is getting another £5. So £5, £10, £15 in there. And we're going to be getting to around £45, £50 for whenever we need that. And that's the last of the envelopes done. So that is me done for today. What a great round of savings challenge and cash stuffing. We've pretty much completed, I would say, about 8 envelopes, close to a few pounds off or fully completed. So I am very happy. Yeah, super happy. I better go. This has been a long video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm hoping the audio works this time. I did record my June one. The audio showed that it was working, but it wasn't. And I just, with everything that happened, decided not to do a voiceover. It was just too much. So I'm hoping this one's okay and I can get it up. But yes, that's me done. I'm going to go. I'm going to stop talking. Have a lovely July, guys, and I'll see you in August. See you later. Bye.